Dessert ideas for a wedding. You might have noticed that wedding cakes are almost always shown center stage at most wedding receptions. What you might not have become aware of is that many of today's wedding guests that don't like wedding cake, and so the servings of sweetened decadence often end up uneaten and thrown in the trash. If you are looking for a couple of ideas to replace the wedding cake, or to serve additionally to the wedding cake, here are a few ideas to get your imagination flowing and rolling along. The ever-evolving cupcake around the country. Gourmet cupcake bakeries are popping up everywhere. These aren't your typical home-styled everyday sort of Pillsbury cupcakes either, because they come in flavors and designs that almost look and seem too dazzling to eat, but are as deliciously mouth-watering as they look. Cupcakes can also be displayed and made to appear to look like cake layers. They could be placed at each place setting, or even perhaps designed into a cupcake buffet table, where guests can choose the flavor they would like to sample. For you who like to die, you can just create your own with no trouble and flaunt your creativity. It may be that cupcakes bring back nostalgic memories of days gone by or something different, but those small morsels of cake will disappear faster than any slice of wedding cake ever will. Sweet treat buffets. You also have an option to also load up a table towering with platters of cookies or many different dessert dishes filled with a variety of special candies or cookies. Guests can fill up on these sweet confections after the meal, and you can even provide favor boxes or bags for your guests to take the treats home with them to enjoy later. Dessert displays. Another choice is a wedding dessert buffet or wedding dessert table. Comparable to a buffet you would find in a restaurant, many different types of dessert options are put on display. Guests can either serve themselves, or you can have the catering staff visit each guest at their tables and offer the dessert options available. Pies, tarts, cakes, ice cream, cookies and more are but a few of the sweet options you may have on display. The wedding cake is an age-old tradition. Many of today's modern brides and grooms, or couples that seem to want to put a new twist on an old tradition, are on the lookout for ways to offer wedding desserts in an original way. Cupcakes, dessert buffets and dessert tables are just a few of the ways to put a new spin on an old way of doing things. Dessert ideas for a wedding. You might have noticed that wedding cakes are almost always shown center stage at most wedding receptions. What you might not have become aware of is that many of today's wedding guests that don't like wedding